Right, and we're going to see just fairly what you would expect. I do believe, yeah, this is going to be on defense. Start actually Yassine and Safe. And the rest of Bonk going to actually be starting on the defensive side of things. So they still do opt in to the same draft that they did in the last round on Haven. They have Phoenix and Jet, so doubling it down, no Sages on their side. They really like having these aggressive options available to them for the latter half for when they're on offense. It's been where they get the ball rolling most of the time, and they usually seem to weather the storm of having offensive picks on the defense side. They usually seem to overcome that fairly handily.
Okay, just getting the chat all set up as we are expecting lots of Turkish viewers. Yesterday we had lots of Russian viewers. I'm not opposed to other languages at all. I'm just going to moderate somebody who can handle it in case someone wants to get out of hand. Oz Director, you're going to help us out. So here we go. As we get started, you can see the series score. There's 0-0 at the top. You can see all the player names here as well. Time is ticking down toward the start of this BO3 finals. Allied Esports Odyssey, 15,000 euro. Qualifier number 2, BBL Esports versus Team Bonk. I'm excited. BBL Esports and Bonk both getting top 4 in the mandatory GG Cup number 2, with G2 Esports actually beating both of them. Now we'll see which of them is superior to the other in a BO3 series, and not even just a BO1. So should be a fun time for everybody. We've got a big stack here attacking for BBL Esports against C Long, and the Omen Smoke going to be the catalyst here.
That it will, but CNED seems undeterred, running right into the loving arms of Yassine. He's going to be able to, he's going to try to at least grab up that frenzy. You know he wants it, but it's so risky just to come in as all of those bullets through smoke lead the first 2 frags over to the side of Bonk. You have wall available and Lego hanging around this mid lane, so can't quite push up anywhere too aggressively. But it does look like Safe is thinking about just that before he retreats back onto the A bomb site. Russ is not trapped here. They're not peeking it too often, but they might be able to at least catch him running away there. He's going to get himself out of harm's way. A smoke's going to come in, and that'll cover his retreat. He's going to grab up that ult point before he goes, and Lego in a little bit of a duel outside on this long.
And it's all about these headshots when everybody's got a ghost and not much else in the way of utility or armor. Team Bonk holding well, still have the net intact. Cypher walking off of B site, but still close enough to be able to react should they try to barge their way in. Garage looking like the option here, as it is going to be empty. They can walk right in, but Omen actually has that long cross angle, sees them entering, and you see the quick rotation on the minimap there from A and B on over. Lego finding the headshot. Yassine answers back, but it is going to get the plant in time.
Yeah, Russ picking up that kill as the bomb is going down here. Aaron's going to find one. Aaron's going to swing and find 2. Bonk going to take the first round home. Delayed that as long as they could. You really just need to drag out that engagement so your rotations come in. And Team Bonk going to be walking away with the first round win. Going up in the round and up in eco, as Bonk has been fairly consistent about winning round 1 and then taking that advantage into round 2.
As Bonk starts off on the right foot, of course, you can expect a sort of snowball effect. All that money that they earned getting those kills. You can see the Spectres basically across the board. Aaron opting to spend all out for that lovely Phantom. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's just an assortment of pistols. Lego feeling quite confident, though, spending all the way out. They are going to force all of their cash here. They feel it's important to stay on somewhat even footing if they can break that snowball. They're not opting to save for the ARs in round 3. They want this round right now, but Yassine Bulldog getting us on the board for Team Bonk. 5v4 advantage. Garage still looks like the play they want to do, and I'm surprised Bonk actually has no coverage there at the moment.
Yeah, no tripwires or anything set up. They want to just give away Garage. They have a player on B, so they can kind of pinch any exits, and Z's is looking to do just that. The dash away is going to keep him safe for now, but now you have to worry about the members on site. Z's is going to find a huge blind to allow them to hopefully quell that advance, and Aaron putting a full stop on that one, finding a double kill in the round. Good capitalization, or good recovery, honestly, from Bonk. You gave away the Garage control, but you managed to stay composed, just played the backs of the site, and Aaron back against the wall doesn't seem to matter for him. He's finding frags.
Indeed, and the gun differential, I mean, wasn't there, so the attackers can't really blame that. They were just faster on the trigger. Team Bonk this time around with those SMGs, the Bulldog opener from Yassine, obviously a big start for them. But now, BBL Esports, because they did force buy, they're stuck on pistols for round 3, while the defenders are still stacked up. Bonker with a long-range headshot on the SMG.
Yeah, gotta find Kiro out there. The second time that he's been found. Trying to just loom around that connecting area on the T side of A. But for now, Bonk playing with an advantage both in guns and manpower. Feels like they should be able to close this one out. A lot of damage onto him. He should have a Sage heal potentially, but that's not going to be coming in time for Lego. He's going to go down. Burst fire from Yassine going to knock him down, while one's looking the wrong way to see Aslan coming up here. Will he be able to find value, or will he be sent back to the shadows?
I love going back to the shadows, but only one attacker left now. Aslan, as you mentioned, kind of between a rock and a hard place here. There you see another SMG kill from Bonker. He's got the hot hand to start on defense. Team Bonk have to be feeling great. They are very, very powerful on offense, so we've seen throughout the day their offense being just a bit stronger than their defense every round that they get on D against a very powerful team like BBL Esports. They've got to be counting their blessings here and hope that they can keep it up. BBL on the other side finally do have Phantoms and an AWP in hand, so they are on somewhat even footing. Actually, Bunker and Safe still on the SMGs, banking those credits for future rounds. So if anything, BBL Esports have a slight advantage on the guns this time.
Right, and this is a good call from Aslan. He will be spotted out, and yeah, I was going to say, you have a clue, but you don't have the aim to make that one count. Bonker going to be going down here, 72 HP, but swinging out from Z's. What an aggressive showing. Easily someone could have been pushing through that smoke, but he feels confident to find that kill, and Yassine not quite going to find that one in the mid lane, so Safe popping the ultimate here, running it back and running over Kiro there. He's going to be swung out on keeping the kills even for now. We'll see if BBL are going to be able to recover here, or if Bonk are just going to try and hold their ground.
Interesting, they are smoking B on defense to try to slow their advance. The fact that it is a 3v3 means the defense still have to kind of keep on their toes, watch the different sites here. Phoenix is going to push out and see nobody by B window, so Garage with the heavy action. Cypher going to be responsible for holding things down. He's right in the face. That was actually a teammate. That was an observer swap there. It caught us off guard, but CNED getting the op kill there. Suddenly only Omen and BBL get themselves on the board with that gun advantage, and 3v3 turned into 3v0 very quickly there. BBL have to feel good about that.
Yeah, Russ found a great exit frag coming out of Garage there to stop Phoenix, who Safe was just kind of wildly aggressive on an area of the map that they just did not have control of. Maybe a little bit of misrecognition of how close BBL Esports was. He really didn't have a place to be running past the exit there once BBL Esports are all in and on to that site. But when you don't know where they are and you don't have the manpower, you're trying to make those rotations happen. BBL Esports come out on top.
Ooh.
That's still Safe. Gonna be trading one right back. Eats a little bit of damage. Gonna be coming out okay in the end. 87 HP and AWP still in hand.
And if you're just joining us today, Safe is the AWPer that we've been tracking all tournament long and yesterday. One of the most impressive AWPers I've seen playing in these tournaments so far. So Safe is always one to watch, not just with the AWP, but the Sheriff, the SMG, everything he gets his hands on. He knows how to click heads. Russ over here still working around through sewers with his teammates, but Safe again on the AWP says, "You shall not pass," even sends out a blind, tries to go for a follow-up and still could. Cypher walks into his range, but does get the faster trigger. Safe falls. A site now being taken. 3 versus 3.
Yeah, this is feeling like, ooh, I was going to say, gonna get traded back a lot there. 2-1 for BBL Esports. A great play from Bonker in what feels like right now BBL, once it gets a little bit of momentum on a site, they can carry it all the way through. But 33 HP means this is going to be a hard follow through. Yassine using that smoke to tee up this kill will just be able to knock down Russ, and that's going to be AWP recovered. Team Bonk holding on. 4-1 advantage for themselves.
What a beautiful gun. That Black Dragon op is so cool. It looks ridiculous when you see someone holding it, like if you're just looking at the third person of it, but when you're holding it yourself, you just feel awesome. And he looks so cool every time you feed him some ammo. But Bonk rolling right now, 4-1 advantage, doing great on the defense. BBL trying to get it together here. So far, top fragger is Russ the Sage, not something you normally see when you've got a Jet and Omen on the squad, but anything can happen as we move forward. We've seen time and time again in these qualifier matches that anyone can string together a bunch of rounds in a row. BBL actually did just win their game at 12-10, or excuse me, 13-10, so they are hot off of a win. Definitely can't count them out at any point. Jet using the ultimate right away just to get those knives out. They have not yet detected anyone. They are assuming that Omen is over here at B just because of the direction of the shadow, but not much else can be gleaned at the moment.
Yeah, and as this is flying in here, it's going to catch the other Owl drone there. Will spot Safe, but not before Safe finds his first frag. Z's finding a second one for himself. Aslan alone on the A site, but the bomb already planted onto B. He's going to need to rotate quickly because it's a 5v1 on the B bomb site. Yassine's just going to gun him down. Now you just need to find the Omen. Where is he lurking? He's coming around the corner. Should have a flank for at least one kill. And now that they know where he is, Safe is just going to be able to gun him down. One final shot to put that one away. Team Bonk are starting up their snowball. This is what BBL Esports needed to stop. And 5-1, you can see the momentum that Bonk can carry.
And if you're joining us for the first time today, didn't actually see the finals from yesterday, Zypan Go Kill versus Project SW was a BO3 that went the distance, but the first game was a 13-1 beatdown, and it looks like we're off on that same start now. Team Bonk just absolutely looking amazing with the 4 still standing on that very equitable gun round. Now you can see again in the buy menu, only one AR available for the attackers. That's going to make things tough, especially when Safe has the Phoenix ult ready to go. We've seen Safe headshot 8 million people throughout the course of yesterday and today. Can he reach anyone in time? Not going to happen here, so at least he got a little bit of info. No one's near A.
Right, and there's no sense in counting BBL Esports out just yet, as they're going to look to make it work, but Yassine not going to let that happen just yet. Finds the opening kill on the Hunter's Fury from Bonkar, also going to be flying out here. Yassine finding a second one, third one in the round. He's the other monster you need to be worrying about, as Lego's going to put him down, get traded out there. And Aslan, the last remaining member, once more has an AR, but has quite the task in front of him as he has 4 members to try and gun down. Swings on the wrong side as Safe gonna land the last headshot needed. Once again, 2 bomb plants from BBL, so money should be okay going into this next round, but 6-1 advantage. You're feeling the heat rising on the side of Bonk as they seem to be getting this bonfire a-burning.
Absolutely. If this was one of my ranked games, the slash surrender would be out already, but thankfully that's not going to be the case here with so much on the line. BBL Esports finding themselves in tough positions, surrounded more often than not by these defenders. So Team Bonk, very impressive defense, acting like a living mesh, just surrounding any site that needs it. And the opening kills, Safe, getting those op shots. Yassine with the triple just now. Everyone on the roster showing they are capable of clutching up. Aslan going to do this Omen teleport again. Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice. Bonker does not get fooled again.
Paranoia may be one thing, but Bonker's seen that film before and said, I don't need to be worried when I know exactly where you are. No Cypher ult required, but this ultimate from Lego is not going to find any value either. Bonker just sitting on the damage he took from that exchange with the Omen there. And that's going to be man advantage once again for Bonk, while the rest of BBL Esports reconvening on this mid lane. Now going alt mid into Garage. There's a tripwire in their way, but look at the position from Aaron all the way up C, and just kind of playing with his camera for now. The retake is going to be an interesting one from Bonk, as CNED's lurking on the other end of the map here. Into Garage they go. The tripwire's destroyed, so that's going to be the cue for Yassine to rotate over, knowing that BBL Esports backing out with 35 seconds left.
Okay, you've seen peeking the corners. He's seen them come through garage a couple of times in previous rounds, so being very diligent on checking those corners. Don't want to get ambushed by just a inferior gun or anything like that. There's an op in hand for the attacking Jet, but not anymore. Safe removes that in a hurry. Suddenly, 14 seconds remaining. Body's starting to drop. Excellent shot there from Lego. Can they get the plant? Will they even attempt it? Yes,
Gyaro playing Doom a little bit with a little bit of the replay buffer there. Doesn't stop the plant in time, but the kill is good. They know where the last one is. Yassine's gonna find him through the smoke. Team Bonk going up again around 7-1, and that was a good attempt by BBL Esports pouring out on the site. It's so hard once CNED goes down because he is one of the just, as referred to by the other casters, the god of BBL Esports, and you saw it in that last set, but in this game, unfortunately, did not find the value against Safe, and it made it so difficult where BBL feel the need to rush onto site. You only have so much time left. Bomb down, sure, but BBL not quite finding the way to close out the round. Half armors and full armor buys coming out. They do have ARs, they got the gun power, but the HP is going to be needed. Each of these fights, Bonk just kind of coming out ahead one by one.
Yeah, you can see 7 out of 8 rounds. That's a pretty darn good start on the defense, and actually a position I think Bonk are unaccustomed to throughout today's games. They have very rarely held such a large lead, so will they be able to keep it together long enough? C site is being infiltrated now under cover of smoke. It's a full 5 stack there. Sage Wall going to prevent C Long. That's only Cypher there hanging out while the rest of his team rotates on over. You can see Sova actually on the defense way far out of position as well, so they are going to have to hustle a little bit as the spike gets planted very quickly in comparison to previous rounds. We've got the defensive Omen inside the garage. I don't think the attackers have spotted him out yet, but they do actually take him down, and suddenly it's on the defenders with the disadvantage.
Yeah, missing that shot there's a little bit harrowing, but Safe making great use of that sonar arrow to find a little bit of vision, but the clock is ticking. Will they be able to get onto the site in time as Bonker's going to find that exit? Don't think Bonk are going to be able to follow this one all the way through. BBL Esports will pick up the round with that defuse. Couple guns saved by Bonk, but BBL happy to get away with this round. You'll retain 3 guns. Should be able to buy at least full armor and maybe 2 SMGs going into the next round. But honestly, just stopping the momentum of Bonk by getting that round is exactly what you need.
Exactly. Signs of life showing now for BBL, not just going to roll over, and 7-2 scoreline, getting closer to the half here. Team Bonk, if they can squeeze out even one more successful defensive round, that's going to put them in a nice position. We've seen them attack successfully many, many times today, so I do still have faith in them when BBL is on the defensive side. But as you see, the defensive split, B and Garage going to be left wide open, and the bulk of the attackers are actually there, but Safe is going to challenge immediately the 1v1 at the end of C Long. Easy pick there as he commits the ultimate, and he's going to keep marching for any additional info. Will just miss the Cypher there, but Jet is right next to the Cypher, drops the spike, and suddenly all the attackers are trapped in Garage with no bomb.
Yeah, bomb and alt mid while the rest are executing out of garage. They're doing what they can to get to him. Gonna catch CNED out, but not gonna drop him. He's gonna have a decent amount of room to retreat to. No flashes left on him, but not gonna be relevant as Aslan gonna finally put him down. They have to recover. This is such an awkward position to try and hold on to if you are Bonk. There's so many entrances that BBL still have on deck. But for now, it looks like they're sticking as a squad, moving as 3, recovering as much ground as they can, and it'll be moving as 4 now, as the res is confirmed onto Lego.
Here come the knives. Oh, the first one's a miss from Yassine, a rare whiff, but they're all stacked up right in front of him. It doesn't look like anyone's even looking his direction anymore, despite him being right next to them. He's gonna get the easy triple bonker with an op shot from long range as well. That is 5 up, 5 down in a matter of seconds. Team Bonk now 8-2 as they maintain all their cash and guns. The attackers on the other side do have some cash to spend, so hopefully it can get close in firepower, but not quite even.
This goes here.
Yeah, BBL, you might have needed to take a couple notes on Bonk. You know that Yassine is going to be pushing up at every opportunity. He's that aggressive player. He loves to be in your face, throwing down as often and as available. He does. just so good at making those challenges happen. CNED's looking to make a challenge of his own before getting gunned down. Safe gonna find a second one onto Kiddo. Not gonna find his way in there, as now Bonker gonna fire off that arrow to hopefully try and scout out a little bit. Safe is just gonna find his third one, find his fourth one. Does he want the ace? He has 2 shots left.
Let me ace. Oh, no.
Yeah, Aslan not gonna let that one happen. Gonna say, all right, nobody's popping off against me in the finals. As he will try to find his way out. The Owl Drone will spawn him out there. Is just gonna get swung out on Bonker, picking up that last kill and should be able to recover the op as Team Bonk 9-2. Last round already. These have been lightning fast, and Bonk has been putting quite the divide between them.
Yep, 9 successful defensive rounds here for Team Bonk. Again, we've been watching them all day long, and they did win a game 13-2, but I would not expect BBL to suffer that same fate this far into the tournament in the finals, no less, with everything on the line. It is thankfully a BO3, so if BBL Esports do continue to let it slip, perhaps Ascent could be a different story, but this one's not over yet. We've got Safe popping the ult. Again, unfortunately, no one for him to shoot at, but does gain that information that nobody is near A, and Yassine taking care of business elsewhere makes it a 3v3 very quickly. Defense Omens is popping the Jet there. Still equitable trades, 2v2 now with both attackers on site planting and the 2 defenders looking for the retake.
Planted the spike.
Yeah, Team Bonk gonna need to recover this one. Neural Theft will at least let them know, but they still have enough room to play around with that you can't guarantee where they're going to be coming from. And for Kiddo, yeah, he's gonna need to play off-site because any of those shock arrows that land on him, that's gonna be his demise. As you did see Aslan taking a little bit of damage from that one. Sonar not gonna find anyone. Kiddo's playing around with his camera, looking through the angle. Gonna give the information over. Oh no, Kiddo!
He had 10 HP and he walked through the fire. You are not fireproof.
HP. Oh no, that's tragic.
Not for Bonk, because Phoenix just laughs it off. Safe, you know, if he's not getting it done with the op. We actually saw the hot swap to the Ghost in the previous round. This time the Firewall actually claiming a kill. Yeah, not enough HP to just be walking through fire like that. You don't got it quite like that. BBL, though, man, that looked like a promising start for them. Even making it 2-2 was beneficial for them, but dropped it in the end. The defuse coming through. Now we're swapping sides. Let's see what Team Bonk can do on offense. We know that they like attacking. They're good at attacking. So the fact that they're already up 10-2 should put some worry into BBL. You can see the defensive split. Again, B-site not super concerning to the defensive players really on either team so far, but that's because you can approach it from multiple angles should they get there and plant. Now A looks like it should be the directive for the attackers. Sova's going to send in a drone just to scout and does spot one defender. Cypher did not show himself, but it is perhaps the gas pedal time for A.
Yeah, Team Bonk putting on the pressure now as he's flying in there. Will get 1 kill and force Lego back on, or Legu back onto site. Either way, he's going to be forced backwards, and ultimately Bonk don't lose anything just for finding that kill. They still have a minute on the clock to be able to move wherever they want, and one thing that is important is we've seen 10-2 at the half recovery, so I'm gonna knock on wood that Bonk don't end up getting pulled all the way back on for this one, but BBL have quite the road in front of them. Yassine gonna be the one entering out here, pops the yeah, he did pop the camera from the Cypher, so you can see immediate responses. BBL thinking about rotating. But
still,
just honestly, 40 seconds on the clock. Excellent use of the time from Team Bonk.
As they have 30 seconds, this is actually Team Bonk's sort of forte. They burn clock, look for picks, maintain those advantages, don't get too aggressive after they get a pick, but now the situation has changed. Russ finding another kill there. Attackers dropping like flies, but still winnable for Team Bonk. Sova gets caught, reloading with his back turn. Kiro, one of the last hopes here. 13 seconds left to plant. They should be able to do so successfully, but now this gunfight's going to be super important.
Yeah, and it's going to come down to Safe as not quite going to be able to pull that one out. That's going to be BBL picking up their pistol round win, and a needed one, as usually we haven't seen too many pistol round upsets after the round after pistol. upsets come out. So BBL, if you're going to start making your mountain backwards and building back up to take over Bonk, this is where it all starts. One round at a time. And with the defuse, Team Bonk going to be forced onto a pretty much full eco here. Only 2 ghosts and a handful of utility.
Chat just saw the firewall kill, it appears, as everyone's kind of spamming, you know, laughing LMAO, etc. But yeah, that was a tough one for BBL, but here they are. They actually have won a round now, one of only 3, so they have a little bit of an upper hand when it comes to the weaponry. Bunker and company, you see a couple of pistols in hand there as they march up C long. It's an even trade to get started.
Yeah, I don't even know how Yassine got there, but he sets up another kill for Safe to find 2 in the round before Russ does the same. And now kind of trapped in garage. They can sort of retreat back out mid as the rest of BBL is already rotated over. Just getting a bomb plant means a little extra money going into the next round. It might be an extra utility on your side of things. So not a bad option if they just want to force that issue. Oh, they jump over the tripwire. So now I don't think Jet was close enough to hear them. So this is a great sneaking play. So Aaron's going to sneak around here, not going to find the win onto Lagu though. Bonker is going to be able to trade that one out, and you have to pretty much just rush this one. Coming from behind though, ooh, barely misses that window there. Bonker should just get the plant down, but he won't have his gun out in time. Going to get gunned down by CNED there.
That was, man, I feel bad for that one because there were so many better places to plant that spike, and he had 12 seconds, not 4, so he definitely could have position out of view of CT at least, but whatever. I'm not going to harp on it too much there. 10-4. I mean, he was obviously at a disadvantage regardless, but Bonker gives it a shot, does not come up with the round. However, they didn't do what BBL did. They lost the pistol round, they kept the pistols, and now they have rifles. BBL on the other side, they force bought, lost that round, and ended up on a round 3 pistol. That's not going to be the case here. We've got Phantoms in tow, Vandals as well, and full armor here for the defense. So we're back on even footing when it comes to equipment, and the defense look like they are moving forward long quickly, which is a good thing because that is where the attackers seem to be.
Ooh, CNED not quite going to get the shot there as Yassine is leading the charge, bomb in hand. He doesn't seem to mind as there goes the paranoia. They're going to swing out on the right side here. Z's going to find that kill. CNED now trying to find his shots as Safe is going all in here. You have the run it back, so you might as well go hard. But he's unfortunately not able to find anyone just yet. Bonker using the wall for the little bit of cover it offers and trying to just bide his time. He's going to eat a paranoia, but they won't find him out just yet. CNED finding another kill there. This is BBL's time to make a remake or a retake happen. 1-person advantage, making it now 2, making it now 3, but Bonker's gonna come up huge, find 2 kills. No, not quite gonna be able to clutch it out in the end. BBL gonna hold on to yet another round, 10-5, as they're looking to make this comeback work.
Okay, BBL waking up. Maybe defense is their forte here as 2 defuses in a row come through. These were very, very close rounds still. You know, only 2 defenders surviving in those consecutive rounds, but now we're heading in to another, actually that was 3 defuses in a row, excuse me. Heading into another attack round for Bonk. A-site not working out too well for them. They've gotten shut down there a couple of times now. I would expect to see them switch it up. B-site is actually tough to take. We mentioned before there's basically 3 angles to come back in for the defenders, so it can be difficult to be just like an easy rush. I feel like lower skilled games, B is the place to go because you just can send all your utility in there and defend either side, but these competitive players, they're too good for that. They're going to split up. They're not going to single file through the door and let you get molly kills and things like that. So 10-5 being the scoreline. Now you've got heavy setup on the C area, and I think they're reacting the same way I would had they failed at A multiple times already. So as we move forward now, Bonker, of course, with the scouting possibility, going to send the drone through. They know Omen is there. The drone gets shot down. Hunter's Fury to open things up. And a kill.
Yeah, Bonker finding a kill with it. Not going to find a little extra damage after that, but I would be curious to see his Hunter's Fury stats as he's been popping off so many times with that one. Yassine gets a headshot, and will give enough damage on for Safe to trade back that kill. He'll be able to nab that gun up. So there's a very close Sage waiting through the smokes. The question is, who's going to make that move to jump out first? Right now, it's CNED finding the kill onto Aaron. The flash is good, and Safe is going to be able to find that frag. Reflash coming out here. CNED going to knock down Aziz. He's coming up huge in this one as the recon bolt is going to do a lot, but narrowly getting around the corner. Some fancy footwork on Safe's movement to get away from that. Playing for the long angles.
Playing for
We're gonna
time.
see if we'll no shock arrows, so they can't force a non-show re-engage. And CNED's gonna find it there. Safe is looking for the fight, but that's a 2v1 that he's not gonna come out on top of. 10-6 now is the score, but Team Bonk making it a little bit costly on BBL Esports, but not costly enough. BBL have a decent amount of wallet size now accumulated up, and they should be all right moving into these next few rounds.
That was pretty rough. Obviously, with the spike down, as long as it was, the blinds delaying them, I think Team Bonk could have played it even more passively and forced them to make that, that defuse click, right? Because then you know exactly where a player is. Sova could have hid in the cubby a little bit longer. Phoenix did show himself to jump across when he missed that second blind, but either way, again, this is coming down to two defenders defusing every single time, and Team Bonk just a couple of headshots away from, grabbing around for themselves. Everything looks good until the end for them each round. And now, again, the spike is looking towards C, but with the double coverage of Cypher and Omen, C does seem to be a difficult task for them, and I would expect them to explore B site eventually here if they can't get it done on C.
Yeah, Team Bonk just kind of poking around for information everywhere they can. Not quite committing, but furthest up is going to be the Jet here. I don't even imagine that's a challenge you're wanting to take right away. Just trying to get information on where people are, but Yassine might have just found exactly what he was looking for, a kill onto CNED. That's going to be up down for the side of BBL Esports. One kill is traded out, but it is a Cypher, so for now, Bonk kind of in the beneficial spot. So Legu is going to be forced to back out here. Pushing onto the A site. The bomb is nowhere near. So realistically, rotations can still come out from Team Bonk. We'll see what BBL respond with.
Omen teleported into Hell there, so I think, they're aware that there are two players on site still, but actually they're in kind of interesting positions underneath and all the way back in sewer. 14 seconds remaining. Should be able to get that spike down, though. No problem. Aslan looking for people to shoot.
Going down, Aslan's going to lead the charge. Yassine and Z is going to find two to start things off along here. Russ is spotted out by the arrow, but doesn't seem to matter for him. He's now checking Hell. Will he win out on that duel? No. Z's is going to knock that one down. Kiddo 1v3 finds a good dink to start things off and hopefully make a chance happen, but gonna get forced back here. Bonk most likely gonna be holding on to this one, while BBL just gonna opt to back out and save Team Bonk. After this round, gonna be 2 rounds away from pulling out a victory.
That's right. Every single round so important for them now to lock in a game victory. And Ascent being game number 2, that is their map that they just pop off on every single time we've watched them there. They've been very impressive. So if they can get through Haven with even a 13-11, they should be feeling pretty good about that. But BBL Esports, they drop their first defensive round. Finally, Yassine, obviously major kudos to him for the multiple kills, both entering the site and after a spike was planted. So BBL Esports, they have figured out defense pretty well here. They know what to expect, I think, now from Team Bonk after 5 rounds, and should be able to react accordingly. They've got the full kits, full guns and armor, while the attackers do have the same. Actually, well, Lego and Russ, slightly less than optimal guns, but still very, very close on equipment here.
Right, and it's a little bit risky spending anything that doesn't allow you to buy in the next round, but we'll see if they're going to make the value out of it, as the Sova Hunter's Fury looking to try to do just that. Going to get swung on Yassine. Not going to win out on that duel. Aslan and CNED going to find value with an aggressive play to start things off, as Paranoia will at least force CNED to retreat there. Z's thinking about the chase here, but 3-5. This is a great way to start things off for BBL to hold on to their game chance here.
Absolutely. The spike is not near C, but Omen is going to grab it up. Omen teleports to C long Cubby. They basically have no idea that they're about to be surrounded here. There's one garage, 2 CT, and 1 C long. Omen, the attacker, Z's, will come face-to-face with that defender soon. Bonker, no! Ooh. Turns his back at the exact wrong time, and Russ removes his head.
Oh no, Aslan just found him through the smoke. Good teamwork with his Silva there to find that frag, and that will be enough for Bonk to be deterred from any further aggression on that end of the site. They will be able to get the plant down over on the A. Russ gonna commit the ulti just to make sure that you're keeping this round in the bags. He's tapping it. He thinks people are closer than they really are, but get the plant down, get your money, and take as many kills as you can. You might as well go for it. As here comes the re-engage from BBL.
And he is sneaking back into CT side. He hears the steps, but obviously didn't want to allow whoever was in heaven to just gun him down. So either way, I mean, surrounded by 4 players. He got the spike plant, so you get a little bit of cash for that. And BBL Esports will be happy to finally end a round with more than 2 people standing. Very good round for them. Team Bonk fell apart a little bit on that attack there. So 11-7. Still only 1 successful attack round from Bonk. They only need 2 more, though, if they can just click those heads. And if you look at the buy right now for Bonk, they are at a severe disadvantage. So I would expect them to do what I've been calling the clown car, full 5 somewhere, because you're going to have a tough time winning these duels across the map with the inferior firepower.
That they are, and the nice thing for Bonk is you can afford a couple rounds just to kind of build your economy back up, and buying a couple SMGs just to try and overwhelm the competition is a great way to go about it. Owl Drone going to be popped here and replaced with Bonker's Own. Going to eat a little bit of damage on its way in while it's trying to get information, finding out an Omen in the corner, but it doesn't seem to matter as it's going to win that duel anyway. Swings out, great flash from Safe there. He did commit the ultimate, but only finds 1 in the end. Kills flying left, right, and center. And Safe left alone to try and re-engage this one. 1v2. He can maybe get to another gun, but he's so close corners that dropping a gun at this point, he's kind of just stuck with the Spectre that he has in an okay spot, unless we're going to see the Cypher swinging out on him. It's so awkward here when you have no utility left to try and challenge 2 angles at once. Only gonna find the first challenge there onto CNED, making it costly for BBL Esports, but Kiddo's gonna come out on top with that final frag.
So just looking at this screen right here, you see 7 successful defenses out of 8 to start the game, and then 6 successful defenses out of 7 on the second half. Defensive-sided, perhaps. Haven is definitely being locked down by both of these teams, but Bonk really just trying to make some leeway here. They do actually have their guns of choice once more, full armor to contend with here. And the Sova drone, he has been seeing Omen and Cypher time and time again over here, but Omen actually going to move over to A this time around with Jet taking over that C-site duty. That's CNED with the op, and if they challenge him, it's not going to work out in their favor. CNED with the insta-double. Very impressive with the jet dash there.
Yeah, beautiful play. You try to use the Hunter's Fury, but in the confusion of it all, Z's found a great time to utilize his ultimate. He's now playing around in the smoke, 46 HP. He's going to need to make this one work, but yes, team coming. Tries to teleport out in the end, but not going to be able to complete that teleport. Return to sender from the side of BBL Esports, as now Bonker is looking to return a couple kills of his own. Aslan's gonna swing out here. Bonker has to make it all happen. He's 1v1 now, but Legu's not gonna let him have it. That's gonna be defender win. BBL Esports 9-11. They're making this comeback happen.
That is pretty darn impressive, and now they've basically tied up the same thing that Team Bonk did to them. 7 out of 8 successful defenses. Looking at the economy, it could be another successful defense, as those pistols, even all together, barely add up to an op in the hands of CNED. So CNED showing us how it's done a little bit. Safe being the opper for Team Bonk is their top fragger. 26 kills is pretty darn impressive, but he is not a one-man army. He can't take out all of BBL by himself. They do have an opportunity here with pretty even weaponry. Ziz, though, still just rocking a ghost.
Yeah, trying to find a way in. A good dink will make it not matter what gun he has. He's going to do a lot of damage there. Russ going to do just a little bit more to make sure a kill comes through onto Yassine, but not before Safe is able to trade that one back. 9-11 still, and 1-1 on the kill count. Will mean this could be a very vital match for both Bonk and BBL Esports. We'll see who finds the next advantage. Right now, HP advantage still on the side of Bonk, as Sage being the one that goes down there. CNET's going to need to make it work with the HP he's got.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Sage being down means no res, no heal, but the op, again, is actually just a one-click kill. You're either going to miss and die or hit and continue going. So 1 HP or 150, still a similar situation for CNET if he can hit those op shots. And now with the defense, still the man advantage. A site is under control here for Bonk. It's going to be a retake situation. Jet is a mile away. They're still waiting for any additional information, though. Soba not able to call out the fact that there are 2 on A already, and here comes the spike plant from Phoenix. Now that that's happening, you can see the quick rotation. How are Bonk going to be able to win this gun game here?
It's going to be tough, to be sure, and BBL have waited long enough. They can wait for their team. Safe is thinking about going through here, but the rest of BBL are thinking the exact same thing. Going to gun him down. Gonna send him back on the run it back, and Z's is in a little bit of a risky situation with only a pistol to show for himself. Aaron missing a couple shots, but he's gonna find it in the end. Safe now in a 1v1 situation. Half HP on both of them. The neural net will allow him to hopefully find where he is playing, but it's just a guessing game. Swing back and forth around this box. Do-si-do we go. Will Safe be able to pull this one out, or will BBL being the one taking this one home?
Kaboom.
Trying to find their 10th round. He's forcing him off the site. That's gonna be Bonk winning this one out. Go down with the ship, Safe. You've earned it. 12 rounds now on Bonk. 1 round left until they're able to take game 1.
Game point here, not match point, as this is our only best of 3 series of the day. Team Bonk off to such an incredible start. BBL really battling back here on defense with 7 out of 9 rounds successful. They do still have money in the bank, so they're going to end up with a lot of ARs, couple of half shields, so still at a disadvantage, but Bonk and company have to feel good about that. Safe with the huge clutch, almost at 30 kills now. Safe is having a phenomenal game as Phoenix, and still has tied for fewest deaths on the team despite all those run it backs. Let's see how Bonk approached this one now. Garage and C actually still being more heavily stacked than A and B. The blind does whiff a little bit information gained on either side, but Jet with the spike is actually going to back up a little bit. They will reassess, but Safe loses his life, and that is a tough start for Bonk.
That it is, and as one of the members who's been leading the charge and clutching out so many of these rounds, your hero is down, and now opportunity for the rest of Bonk to step up. You've seen no slouch, and none of the members of this game are really, you made it to the finals for a reason. If you're just going to rely on a top fragger, that's not a way to win, but maybe Bonk will have extra in the tank for their remaining teammates. While BBL still holding defensive positions for now, no information really gleamed. Just having Bonk, or the Bonk having control of that garage, just the threat of BBL potentially having to deal with that is enough to just force them back onto site, taking very defensive positions, save for Aslan on A. Although that may be exactly what Bonk are running into, pushing onto this A site here, going through connector. He's going to be making his way through the smoke.
Omen is actually on the high ground, but now tipped off Aaron. Aaron, still did not look up, so Aslan takes full advantage of it. 12 seconds left on the clock. That's not even going to be enough time for a plant. Jet is not in a position to get there, and that is really tough for Team Bonk. I'm surprised they let this happen. We're not aggressive enough.
It's not a terrible decision from Bonk. You are going to retain your guns, but Leg is not going to be exactly the same position to do just that. You do retain your guns, which means you don't have to stress buying out again or being on a like half buy, awkward, iffy situation with your guns. But Jet may be fast, not fast enough to get to that site in the end. It's kind of a mistake we've seen Bonk make before, but that might be a little bit of a learning moment for Bonk to just say, okay, we didn't get the site. We're not going to rush out and throw our lives away just to get one more plant. we're just going to take the guns that we have, play on this back foot a little bit, save our money. It's a little bit of a self-flash from a save there. Not the desired outcome of that curveball there, but not a bad situation to be in either way.
Still scoping out the opposition on C Long. No deaths yet. At least they didn't get opted down. And I'm surprised, honestly, that they're continuing with this C contesting, because CNED has been a monster with this op, and the fact that he's Jet means that he can get out of danger very quickly. And now, actually, they do back off of C site. They do at least tie them up and distract long enough for this A short play to potentially pay off. Yassine and Z's working together here. Omen teleport is going to get spotted out, but not going to happen.
Yeah, information gained is that you have 2 members in that connector area, and you can see BBL's response coming out. 40 seconds on the clock. You can still make a rotation if you want to, Bonk, but the bombs need to go with you. He's kind of stuck out in long at the moment. Might be rotating back towards B. That wall can't be very high HP left over, but right now, Team Bonk still need to make a decision. This would be a really awkward round to just drop to the timer.
Yeah, they absolutely need to get a move on, pick a site, and get moving. But Phoenix is here in garage. I think he does absolutely hear the movement around him. Jet approaching and does not have a gun out, so a quick trade. But elsewhere on the map, it's now 2 down on either side. The plant needs to come out. It's 3 attackers versus 3 defenders. There's no kill possible for the Omen. He's 1 bullet away from death. Russ does pull the res up on CNED for this retake attempt. I apologize, Dr. No, but you are actually roboting in the Discord call. Let's just give it a few seconds. I'll call the rest of the round here. We got multiple kills here for the defenders. They're just going to get this defuse and push it to a 12-11. Dr. No, sorry about that. You're just roboting a little bit there. I don't know if that's my end or yours.
Try one more time. Oh, I think
sounds good.
Okay, yeah. Apologies if we kind of cut together there. I lost you in the I lost you in the feed, and I didn't know what was gonna happen on the stream end. I do apologize, but in the wake of that bonk, 12-11.
Yeah, in the end, it just ended up being BBL with the easy retake. They got 3 kills, rapid fire, and got that nasty defuse, money in the bank. SMGs in tow for Team Bonk on their last attempt at game point before we're in an overtime situation. This is actually a massive opportunity. They cannot let this one slip away. They've struggled with getting to the sites with time remaining here, so they are looking for early picks. A little bit of chunk onto the enemy jet is going to be undone by the Sage, but still trying to feel out where these defenders are at. Safe going to be aggressive, though, with the Phoenix ultimate to try and gain that information.
Yeah, finding CNED out seems to be the starting play for Bonk every time. It's just don't play where CNED is playing, but Yassine gonna find Russ out in garage. Knives are out. Yassine is looking to make plays happen. He's gonna get pulled back here by the tripwire. Eventually gonna get dropped down by his friends, but Aslan's gonna be the one who's cleaning up this play. Keto as well, flanking around here. Legu's ultimate is gonna do a lot of damage, finding Aaron in the end. 1 member left on Team Bonk. You can't imagine he's going to be making this play work. CNED's just going to gun him down.
We are in extra rounds, as I'll call it. Basically, you have to win by 2. So, yeah, this is another interesting situation where we started out with just a heavy favorite, and BBL were able to bring it back to this clutch situation. Yesterday's finals went 13-1, 15-13, 13-11. So seeing it 2 very evenly matched teams in the finals again, actually 2 different teams, of course, as Zypan Go Kill qualified. They're not playing today, and Project SW fell to Boasties in the round of 8. So Team Bonk and BBL Esports giving us quite a show here. 30 bombs secured for safe now. Only 20 top frag here over on BBL, but the score line is all that matters, 12-12. Here now we see Bonkar and company on defense. As the extra rounds do switch it up a little bit.
Right, money gets reset, ult points get reset, and BBL are starting this one up with a 3K, or excuse me, a double op setup that they're able to pull out here. It's a little bit interesting to see Team Bonk going for this one, but the timer is lifted. The gates are open, and we'll see who's going to be starting this one out. BBL going to be making possibly an attempt onto C. They're creeping their way up, but Yassine not finding any shots just yet.
But can he get the follow-up? No, just misses the headshot on that one and gets punished for it. Aslan moving forward gets Yassine down. Aslan does get traded out. Kiro falls as well, so the defenders slight advantage until Lego with the equipment kill. And the C site basically under control of the attackers. Spike not planted yet, though. So still a 2v2, now safe, showing his prowess with the op.
Yeah, if you're gonna buy 2 ops, at least one of you will be on, and CNED's gonna need to creep forward for this bomb, but that's gonna be Z's going down. What a shot from CNED, as he's gonna look for one more to find the round.
Massive.
What a clutch from CNED.
Massive clutch, huge ops on both sides. We've been watching Safe do this all day long, but now that CNED is here, he is giving him a run for his money with this op-dash-op playstyle on Jett that's becoming very popular, not to mention the verticality of being able to hold different boxes and things like that on defense with Jett. Just a great agent to use if you are an ops specialist. But look at this. BBL Esports have the lead, 13-12. This is game point for them now, after Bonk had game point for several rounds and could not get the attack together. Huge opportunity here for BBL Esports to shut the door and go to this game 2 with a lead. Kiro on defense here on the C site. CNED's with him, the op in tow. C just seems so difficult to take against BBL Esports.
That it does. When you're having an opper as on as CNED has been so far this game, you cannot be trying to push all the way down that long alley against him. And Safe, speaking of oppers, is looking for a first kill onto Russ. That was in Garage, so that opens up the mid lane, and just one little opening in the armor might be an opportunity. But Legu, thinking of an opportunity of his own, he is all the way into T-spawn. If Bonk take a little bit too much time, he might be finding a flank opportunity. I think he did spot out Aaron. Yeah, he is going to knock him down out of the window room. Now, Bonk is kind of trapped here as CNED's going to find a kill there. Kills flying on both sides, but that's going to be ultimately advantage to a Bonk, at least for the Garage side of things. You've cleared out your backside. You've gotten a couple kills. It's 2-2. How are you going to be able to make this work against BBL? You still have a CNED to worry about, and Aslan has been no slouch either.
As Z's walks through the site, he's got the bomb, so he has to plant that spike before time runs out. Definitely don't want to be caught with time running out in this situation. So now it's all down to the Phoenix and Omen of Team Bonk to try to keep this game alive. BBL Esports on the other side. Aslan has been a monster. CNED, specifically, though, with the classic, gets the kill on Safe, and BBL Esports with the man advantage, a huge health advantage. Z's looking for the headshot, does get one, can't get the second, and that will be BBL Esports with the defuse. Plenty of time to secure that. 14-12 will be your final score on Haven. What a crazy comeback from BBL Esports. I would never have imagined that, even after watching yesterday's games. But BBL Esports here to play, and gonna be moving into Ascent up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, it was just impressive showing. Not only do BBL Esports stop the tidal wave that Bonk commonly become when they're winning so many rounds in a row, they turn it on its head, coming back for just so many consecutive rounds. Safe 34-18 is just not enough, as ultimately on the side of BBL, they just had the frags that were just crucial to every round. And there were just a couple moments at the very end there where just 1 or 2 kills in either direction would have been the difference maker.